But let's go back to you then. So you're getting involved in the dub, and I know just because I want to make sure we don't forget it. Like you want to, is the crown? I don't know where the crown comes into the story. Is that an end of the story thing? Like I don't know where that fits.
The crown is now.
Okay, so the crown is the now part of the story.
The crown is more than now, but the crown is now. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Uh,
So I'm saying like I came through Vice in the beginning. It's my people's eye to eye. You know what I mean? Then the whole dub situation. You know what I mean?
right.
And whatever. I was there for years, and I went back to school in Chicago. You know what I mean? Finished school in Chicago, came
What
back.
did you study?
Economics.
Oh, say word. That's dope.
Yeah, I was a banker for a couple of years. Lake Forest College, Chicago.
Like you're a
You
banker?
ever, you ever seen us? You ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly where they shot it in Lake Forest, Chicago.
Yeah,
Lake
that's
Forest College.
dope. And you
Yeah,
said you were a banker.
yeah, for a couple of years after school. You know what I mean?
That's
Like 6 years.
that's serious. Like
Man,
that's
that was at the time when like banking went bad. You know what I mean? But I won't get into too deep to it. But it was like I went into banking with the mind state of like I'm doing this for the betterment of people. You know what I mean? And where they put me at, I was with J.P. Morgan. I was getting a lot of what I mean, black and brown customers with a lot of money. So what I mean, get into the market with banking. You know what I mean? But there were products with they were giving us a lot of big incentives for. If we sell these products, our checks are going to be this much bigger, right? These were the products that fuck up the whole banking system in America.
right. The
I'm saying, you know,
subprime mortgage shit.
like a double. I'm being slow right now.
No, no, I know. Like the mortgage shit, the bundles
And
and
like
the
the double that getting double mortgages,
yeah.
all types of things and such. Like there's different products that went with it in certain markets directions that will give us great incentives if we get our customers to go there. You know what I mean? Do these things. And like that's all they preach. But then it's me in the mindset of like I'm doing banking for this reason. But yet to get these people to come with me into bank, you know what I mean? Like share their life, their whole life work with me. You know what I mean? There's a trust there that I built. You know what I mean? So it's like me meeting some. I'm not meeting the people I'm bringing to the fold with you know what I mean, good with a good amount of money to go into the bank and to you know what I mean, to have them invest in our company. Basically or have them bring their funds to our company is like you have to. There's a bond that has to be built though. You know what I mean? It's not like just I'm a banker, you're a customer. Nah, especially black and brown people you bring in like that. To me, in my mind, you know what I mean? Like it's a bond I have to build with these people of trust and everything else. Like I have to be able to see these people somewhere else in the street, and be like, oh, you know what I mean, and recommend. All I'm saying is like they want you to bring in to build these relationships with these people of trust, and I'm going to do the best of my ability and knowledge ability to make sure what you're bringing me, I'm telling you to bring me, is going to in the end help like benefit you in a very good way, right? So there has to be a trust there. But then our bank is like this, yeah, get him in, but then give him this too. You know what I mean? Make sure you get him this, because if you get him this, your check is like double,
Hmm.
at times triple. You know what I mean? But
That's like
in the
real
6 months to a
incentives.
year,
That's not like
yeah,
little
but in the 6
incentives.
months to but it's not little incentives. It's like, yo, you want your check to be that check, nigga? You want to walk out of here, boy? You do this too for all those relationships you did. I mean, in the beginning, sound dope, but to have the overstand the situation and know how it's going to affect them in the long run, I couldn't live through that. Being, you know what I mean? At least in my mind, you know what I mean? I feel like I had to. It's not something I could do. You know what I mean? Like the reason I want to do this was to help certain type of people in a man in my mind. You know what I mean? And Now I'm fucking them up. Really. Just because I wanted my check bigger. And I was like, I stopped there.
Yo,
I'm
but
selling a
that's
lot of
like
shit.
that's
But
like
not for tea.
I mean, like that's still like interesting to listen to. Like I mean, I've only ever heard about this situation. Like, I'll be honest, I was like 20 in '08. I didn't give a shit. I mean, I knew it happened, but it didn't mean anything to me. But just the idea that you were like there, but frankly, I've never heard of a person who even said to me, "I want to go into banking for good reasons." Like up until this moment, I for
There's no way. Come on, man. You lying.
nah, bro. I don't know that many bankers. I'm in Montreal. It's not like bankers is
Oh,
the
I don't know
first
if
thing
it's
you're
in
gonna
there. I don't
hear.
know.
People
I
go
don't
into
know if it is.
business a lot, but like, yo, I'm in the land of microtransactions. We're the people that help fuck up video games. To be honest with you,
You mean help fuck up?
all the microtransactions, all the mobile games, like people like come when you see somebody open a Montreal department, that is code for I want microtransactions on my game. That's what that means because we're really good
What
at
is
that. Oh, that's
microtransactions
like the
like?
$2 purchases for like skins or the little things in a.
Oh,
So
you
all
know
those,
about that?
yeah,
I need some microtransactions for my game.
yeah. There's a lot of psychology to that shit. It's. But here's the thing. It taps into it taps into a lot of. So in software land, that shit's really like similar to subprime mortgages and shit in terms of the psychological effect it has on people. Because what you're trying to do is tap into dopamine centers like crack hits and get these people addicted, so that the one to less than
Oh, of
1%,
course.
and it's wild
It's
shit.
business though. Like
I
it's been
mean,
going
there's ways to
on
do it that are like less
for
bad.
years, different ways. You know what I mean? It's been going on forever.
Yes, and that's the thing. So it's like a weird back and forth. But I mean, like I know a bunch about conversion funnels on the end of software and the right CTAs and shit like that. It's like I don't talk about it a lot because I can't go into detail on cam. Like I'm still working for a software company, so I'm not gonna be like violating my
I
contracts.
like hardware. Big Ox, there. Idea Factory, Vice Vizos are backing me.
Yo, say,
Right
bro.
now he's on my chest.
Yeah, I respect that. What is an
I don't know if
idea
you guys see this
factory?
or not. So right now, what's up?
What's an idea factory?
So the Idea Factory is a branch of like business man Jason Vice versus Williams started, and it was like with the whole idea of like like Vice is a mad scientist. You feel me? Vice has always been a mad scientist. See this everyday ideas, everyday balls, everyday everything. You know what I mean? Like every day telling you what to do with your life or what's going on to like, you know what I mean? Like really, whatever. So it's like, come to the point where it's like, we always like, he write joints for me, we write together. He, you know what I mean? He's nonstop ideas of doing things and how to enhance everything that's going on, even if it has nothing to do with him. You know what I mean? It'll be like, oh, check this idea out for that. That'd be crazy, right? To make them whatever. That's just who he was. That was his vice. He's coming up with ideas like this. I don't know. So whatever. Dead ass. I'm not even lying. But whatever. So musically wise, we did something. You know what I mean? It came to a point. He's doing ill dub. He also wanted to do something separate from also, and we started a thing called OZ, and then we started something or Idea Factory. Right. So the whole thing with Idea Factory, at least my knowledge of today, what I can remember was always like, Vice worked with a lot of people, wrote for, work with, show people how to structure songs, what else may it be in different manners and ways, you know what I mean? And like, I guess the whole thing, as far as like it being a structural thing, was this being talked as Idea Factory, So yeah, we started Idea Factory.
An
And
artist management
it
company.
was always like, yo, yeah, you can spit, but can you make a song? All right, come see Idea Factory. We show you how to do that. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can write songs, but you ain't really got bars. Oh, come see Idea Factory. We got you in that too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whatever. But since things are such, that is it's way even iller than that. But like,
I mean,
it was just like things are such. It's
see,
like art, and we started doing this as an artist management situation. You know what I mean? So at the beginning, it was just me Vice and like Jess doing it. You know what I mean? And we did a couple songs and videos and whatever it may be. Ag rock with us. But as far as now, like it was always, you know what I mean? And like I say also, because the first artist we I guess other than us we started working with is Miss Joey Badass, right? I don't know if you're familiar with her or not, but she's the artist we started working with, and whatever we put out like a couple songs. Vice wasn't here for the release of those, but he was here for the beginning of it. Like it was his Joey Miss Badass was his first suggestion of outside artists to be Idea Factory. Also, like we see what it says here now. We can put this together and have it become as such. Also,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's not like we're gonna do it, and like but it's also I mean it's more of a partnership between what I mean us and them with the mental understanding like we're working together
So
as such. Rather than I'm gonna say we're gonna do this.
okay, but like
It's
what
like
it
we do this already. You know what I mean? Like we do this. We're gonna work together and make that shit.
what does
That
work
shit.
together like actually mean though? Like I just in terms of like specifics, right? Like because it's vague what that means. Like what does that mean in terms of like work together? So do you have an example of like
So like,
something you would have actually done in terms of a campaign or something like that?
well, pre-campaigning. Let's just say artist development. You know what I mean? To start, it's not even about developing the artist, but there's times you can have MC who has the best bars in life, but you put him on that stage out of nowhere, he might fold. He
Okay.
might fold on the spot. He might be best MC on the stage, but his stage presence is, and he's like, dippity dappity do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different, factions of music and different ways of seeing it. Like, I mean, like, I don't know, like, I say, for instance, Miss Badass. You know what I mean? She just started rhyming. She has a hunger. She has a drive in her life. You know what I mean? Like, she has like 3 different businesses. She's like 26. She's like 2 different businesses. One in Florida, another one in Miami, and no, what? The Florida is Miami, in ATL, and New York. You know what I mean? She owns a brownstone out here in Bed-Stuy, one of the
What's a
top.
brownstone?
You know what a brownstone is?
I
You
do
ever
not
seen it in
know.
the Cosby?
Sorry?
You know what a brownstone is?
I do not know what a brownstone is. No, I'm in Canada. Doesn't have all the
A
same shit.
brownstone's it's not a building, but it's a housing, right? There's a lot of them in Brooklyn. You see them a lot. It has like the ground floor, next floor, next floor, next
Okay,
floor.
okay. So it's a type of house.
Yeah, yes, but usually it's different people living in each floor, different apartments,
Okay, okay,
or someone holds a whole brownstone. If you're able to rock it like that,
okay,
you know what I mean. Like the Cosby's had a brownstone.
okay. I'm like I
You know what I
understand.
mean. That was very nice, very super nice Harlem brownstone, but it was a brownstone. Like you know what I mean. Like it's in Harlem, but it's a brownstone. It's a certain way of structural housing. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I have
But I'm saying that
never heard the term before, but thank
she
you
just
for
has a
explaining
drive
it.
in life. She just has a drive in life that Vice saw. You know what I mean? And a hunger to get nice and MCing. So like, you know what I mean? We did put out a couple songs and made some good money with them. You know what I mean? So
So,
she like, I don't think prior to rocking with us, she had the whole I want to rap to no, okay. Hone that into the ability of creating a full strong structure, right? As far as that's something that'd be, available to the radio. What else may be? As far as like what structures are acceptable. You know what I mean? As far as like, verse, chorus, chorus, verse, you know what I mean, like a bridge here, however it is, but like, there's a difference from being able to spit bars and doing as such.
so
You
in
know
a
what I
sense,
mean?
it's like help. So if I can translate that, it's helping an artist go from I could rap real good or I could do whatever to creating commercial products out of their art.
Yeah, I guess, but in a manner, but no, That sounded exactly like that. I don't think it's it. I just think it's like
Or at least to hone the product of the art to create more appeal, which
exactly.
ultimately will result in more commercialism to the art.
Praise the Lord. You said it.